belts, man.
Who did you lose
to? He ain't in the
to?
pound for pound list, man.
Yo,
this is
senior,
bullshit.
Senior, who did you lose to?
Bullshit.
Who did you lose to?
Been babied
You was
all
in the
your
corner
freaking
that
life.
night. You was in the corner that
all
night.
your life.
Okay, now watch this.
Man,
watch
got
January
you on the pound
31st.
for pound list, man.
After the
because
fight,
you beat
I want you to
Zepeda.
talk everything you've been talking since I've been baby.
Man, I can't wait.
I'm gonna show you.
Man, I wish it
show
was
you.
tomorrow, man. I wish it was today, man.
Man, we could. I'm
Man,
ready
we're
right
gonna shut
now.
you down.
I'm ready at
in the future, so I didn't really understand what was the issue with me sizing him up during that time. But it never would.
Teofimo Lopez shocked the world when he slapped Shakur Stevenson during the January 31st press conference, just days before their long-awaited showdown, sending a jolt of rage through boxing. What should have been polished promotion spiraled into raw disorder as the sudden strike shattered restraint and drew a dark line between them. That reckless act poured gasoline on a rivalry already simmering, transforming anticipation into pure volatility. Frank Warren blasted the pre-fight chaos, warning that boxing is not a street brawl but a battlefield of control. The shoving match between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson crossed a hard line, ripping attention away from the real prize. He stressed fighters are paid for damage inside the ropes, not cheap theater outside. Moments that thrill briefly yet threaten to eclipse the craft fans came to witness.
They've had a push and a shove.
Well, this is not a gang fight, you know. The only two have been fighting are the boxers, and save it for the night. They don't get paid. They don't get paid to fight before the fight.
Eddie Hearn laid it out with brutal clarity, explaining that respect has a breaking point, especially the moment family is pulled into the fire. He made it clear that when emotions are driven that deep, a reaction stops being optional and becomes inevitable. In his eyes, this wasn't about losing discipline or slipping mentally, it was about raw human instinct taking the wheel. You cannot shove a world champion, drag his mother into the noise, and expect silence or restraint in return. At that stage, pride overrides reason, adrenaline floods judgment, and tension demands release. When lines are crossed that personally, something is always bound to explode, and once it does, there's no pulling it back.
Your buttons, when someone shoves you like that, when someone starts talking about your mum, no man, look, I'm a complete pussy, right? If you start talking about my mum and all this other stuff, I'm going to have a pop at you. I can't fight it, but I don't care, I'll have a right go. And you're talking about the world heavyweight champion, if you start talking to him like that, if you shove him like that, he's going to react.
The Wade concept reminded fans that while press conference chaos crosses the line, it has always lived inside boxing's unpredictable theater. Fighters losing composure with shoves, glares, or reckless gestures is nothing new, and history is littered with moments far more explosive than this. Still, these flashpoints feed the hype, sharpening anticipation and offering a raw preview of the violence to come. Teofimo and Shakur's collision of egos has now lit the fuse, setting the stage for guaranteed fireworks when fight night finally arrives.
Shouldn't be doing it. They shouldn't be putting hands on each other. But it is the fight game, and we've seen far worse. We've seen guys get in fights. We've seen people throw dollies in this game, in the combat sport.
Abel Sanchez delivers a sharp warning, insisting that Shakur Stevenson must fully respect Teofimo Lopez's dangerous rhythm and adjust before it's too late. Lopez feeds off pulling rivals into traps, counterpunching with venom while seizing control of the tempo. If Shakur fails to command distance and timing, he risks being dragged into deep, suffocating waters. This isn't merely a chess match of footwork and feints, it's a collision of strategy and raw force. Both men will probe each other's resolve, pressure minds as much as bodies, and the fighter who establishes dominance early could seize control of fight night and never let it go.
Great talent, and Teofimo looked great in his last fight. Of course, he didn't have Shakur in front of him. But I think that for Shakur, he has to keep the fight at his distance. If he does that, I think it's a win for him. Teofimo, he's more, he wants to draw you in, he wants to counter punch. He's going to have to be a different guy this time. He's going to have to attack. He's going to have to be leading the.
Timothy Bradley Jr. pulls no punches, warning that Shakur Stevenson is walking straight into a ruthless test against Teofimo Lopez. The speed, explosive power, and elite athleticism Lopez carries operate on a different tier entirely. Bradley makes it clear this fight will offer no mercy and no easy moments. Every step, every exchange, every counter will be violently examined, and Shakur must remain razor-sharp to withstand the storm Teofimo plans to unleash inside the ring.
It's not gonna be an easy damn fight for Shakur. No, it ain't gonna be an easy fight. No. After studying freaking Lopez yesterday, man, look, that athleticism that he got, that's
Johnny Nelson condemned the shocking pre-fight slap from Teofimo Lopez, branding it reckless and dangerously mistimed at the worst possible moment. Laying hands on an opponent on the very morning of a fight crosses beyond hype into outright unprofessional chaos, leaving sanctioning officials scrambling for damage control. That single act cranked the tension to a volatile new level, injected real uncertainty into the event, and forced the boxing world to ask a serious question. Has this rivalry shifted from calculated mind games into raw intimidation with consequences no one can predict?
To make the way how he's done it, you know, on the morning of a fight, it's just wrong. It's dangerous, and the board are now in a situation where they think shit. So I don't know how they're going to do.
Simon Jordan looks back at boxing's long record of bad behavior, but insists Teofimo Lopez's slap on Shakur Stevenson crossed into dangerous new territory. Fans have witnessed fouls, insults, and blatant disrespect before, yet this was a cold, direct, in-your-face provocation designed to light a fuse. Jordan warns that moments like this don't fade, they linger, simmer, and follow fighters into the ring. He stresses that despite the chaos, Stevenson must keep his composure and resist the emotional pull. Still, the damage is done. The tension has shifted, the stakes feel sharper, and the atmosphere now crackles with menace. The stage is set for fireworks, not just drama, but an eruption unlike anything seen in recent face-offs.
An egg in his face. I mean, how many times have we seen boxers do things that they shouldn't do? You know, we saw Derek Chisora spit on Vitaly Klitschko.
We didn't need that.
I'm not offended by it.
Adam Smith makes it clear that boxing thrives on unpredictability, and moments like Teofimo Lopez slapping Shakur Stevenson, while never condoned, only pour fuel on the fire. This wasn't just a press conference slip, it was a message, a calculated psychological move meant to shake confidence and electrify the room. Acts like this crank up the stakes, multiply tension, and drag the spotlight closer, transforming routine promotion into a high-voltage spectacle. Fans are left on edge, watching closely to see how Stevenson answers the provocation and how Lopez plans to exploit the disorder. The mental fight has already begun, and because of it, the collision inside the ring promises to be even more dangerous, intense, and unforgettable. This is bigger than words.
For the casual fans, do we condone it? I mean, in boxing terms, should that happen at a head-to-head? Of course not, but these things do happen. This is the fight business, and it's just made it even bigger, and we wait to see what happens.
Dave Caldwell underlines the danger and raw intensity behind Teofimo Lopez's slap, stressing that once a line like that is crossed, everything changes instantly. In boxing, pre-fight antics can sell a fight, but placing hands directly on an opponent's face drags the rivalry into a far more volatile dimension. This goes beyond ego or theatrics, it becomes psychological warfare, forcing Shakur Stevenson to stay disciplined while absorbing aggression before the opening bell. The entire dynamic has shifted. Lopez has already proven his willing to push boundaries without hesitation, and now Stevenson must juggle his emotions, his timing, and his tactical focus all at once. Fans aren't just watching hype anymore, they are witnessing the opening chapter of disorder. Every stare, every word now carries weight, turning fight night into a powder keg loaded with tension, anticipation, and the threat of total explosion.
In that, because that's a little bit naughty, because I know it's all, you know, fun and games at press conferences, but when you lay your hands on another man's face, whether there's an egg in it or not, you've laid your hands on his face, and that takes it to another.
Eddie Hearn reflects on just how rare it is to see true composure crack under pressure, pointing out that even someone as disciplined as Anthony Joshua would find it difficult to withstand that level of psychological provocation. Teofimo Lopez's slap at Shakur Stevenson wasn't random or reckless in his view, but a calculated strike meant to fracture focus and declare dominance before the first bell ever rings. In boxing, the mental edge can be just as decisive as speed or power, and moments like this have the potential to tilt everything. Stevenson now isn't dealing solely with an elite opponent, but with one who has publicly rattled the atmosphere and shifted control of the narrative. The balance has changed. The build-up has turned personal, the tension has sharpened, and the storyline has already been rewritten. What awaits is no longer a routine clash of skill, but an emotionally charged confrontation fueled by pride, pressure, and unfinished business.
The push was, listen, we've seen worse, you know what I mean? But lively, and what followed actually was one of the few times that I've seen Anthony Joshua unravel, if you like, because normally he's very composed, but you can't be composed when a man's talking to you like that.
The Wade concept reinforces that while these antics cross the line, they exist within boxing's raw and wildly unpredictable reality. Teofimo Lopez putting hands on Shakur Stevenson isn't merely disrespectful, it's a calculated psychological strike aimed at probing nerves and cracking composure. Combat sports are fueled by tension, and history proves this is far from the worst the sport has witnessed, from flying chairs to chaotic, full-blown brawls. Still, moments like this matter. This single incident intensifies the build-up, sharpening emotions and raising the stakes to another level entirely. It frames a fight where feelings will boil over and every punch will land with added intent and meaning. Fans aren't just anticipating action anymore, they are sensing it early, before the bell even sounds. The atmosphere has turned volatile, charged with expectation, creating a setting where high-level strategy collides violently with raw aggression in a way only boxing can deliver.
Their face off? Of course not. Yes, it's over the line. You shouldn't be doing it. They shouldn't be putting hands on each other. But it is the fight game, and we've seen far worse. We've seen guys get in fights. We've seen people throw dollies in this game, in the combat sports world.
Ben Whitaker shines a light on the brilliance and versatility of both men, explaining why this matchup has the boxing world buzzing non-stop. Teofimo Lopez arrives with explosive athleticism, awkward angles, and a dynamic, unpredictable style that has unraveled opponents before they could settle. His flair, confidence, and natural charisma make him dangerous, because he can flip any second into a chance to seize control and impose dominance. On the opposite side stands Shakur Stevenson, armed with discipline, razor-sharp timing, and elite control of distance that reflects true technical mastery. By slowing the pace to his preferred rhythm, he suffocates aggression, forces mistakes, and compels Lopez to adjust on the fly. This stark contrast fuels the intrigue. It's not simply speed versus power, it's calculation versus instinct, patience versus chaos. Every exchange carries consequence, every adjustment matters, and momentum can shift without warning. Fans aren't just watching a fight unfold, they are witnessing a high-level chess match where one sudden move can change everything, delivering a tactical yet electrifying battle primed for instant swings and dramatic turns.
He's funny, he's got character, but he's a great fighter, he's very athletic, he comes from awkward angles, and I do like his style, but I study boxing, I watch boxing, I do like Shakur's style. The way he breaks his opponents down, he slows it down to his pace, he's got good distance. If you got to pick someone, I'm going Shakur. But
Shakur Stevenson himself lays bare the magnitude of the challenge Teofimo Lopez represents, admitting his style is unlike anyone he has ever dealt with before. Unlike his last opponent, Zapata, Lopez blends chaos with speed, elite athleticism, and sharp counterpunching instincts, forcing Stevenson to prepare for an entirely unfamiliar kind of war. The warning, "Don't try me," isn't just noise, it's a psychological shot fired with intent, signaling supreme confidence and a desire to assert dominance from the opening second. For Stevenson, this fight demands absolute composure, unwavering discipline, and full commitment to his game plan. He must lean on his precision, timing, and ring IQ while constantly managing Lopez's explosive aggression and sudden shifts. There is no room for hesitation, no wasted movement, no mental lapses. The stakes are massive, the styles clash violently, and every exchange will carry consequences. This face-off isn't just selling a fight, it's foreshadowing a battle where strategy, adaptability, nerve, and mental strength will be tested just as brutally as raw power, speed, and technical skill inside the ring.
Fight night, we'll figure out whether he's better than Zapata or more of a challenge than Zapata. I know Zapata's style.
Don't try me.
Nah, I'm just saying, bro, like, you ain't fight a fighter with that kind of style yet to know, like, whether he's, that's all I'm saying.
Don't try me.
You bring a different style to the table.
Eddie Hearn applauds Shakur Stevenson's relentless dedication and tireless work ethic, labeling him a true boxing obsessive whose intelligence inside the ring separates him from the rest. Stevenson doesn't coast on natural ability alone. He obsessively studies opponents, dissects tendencies, refines timing, and sharpens every detail of his craft behind closed gym doors. His patience, discipline, and tactical awareness allow him to dictate pace and distance, giving him a crucial advantage against fighters like Teofimo Lopez, who feed off chaos, aggression, and unpredictability. Hearn's message is clear: this fight won't be decided by flash, hype, or raw athletic gifts alone. It will be settled by preparation, composure, heart, and ring IQ under pressure. Stevenson's calm structure and calculated approach may be the antidote to Lopez's explosive, untamed energy, turning the contest into a high-stakes chess match fought at full speed. Every feint carries intent, every jab serves a purpose, and every movement could quietly tilt the balance. Fans aren't just getting a fight, they are witnessing a collision of brains, brawn, and bravado, where intelligence and discipline may prove just as lethal as power and flair on fight night.
Brilliant at that because, one, he wants top sparring, but two, he gives his time as well because he's a gym rat, he's a boxing lunatic.
The tension has reached a breaking point and the entire world is locked in, watching closely. Teofimo's relentless aggression, blistering speed, and raw destructive power crash headfirst into Shakur's razor-sharp precision, calm discipline, and calculated brilliance. This is more than a fight under bright lights. It's a declaration, a trial of nerve, and a ruthless battle for legacy and control. When the bell finally sounds, who will seize the ring and impose their will? Fans, analysts, and hardened boxing purists are all on edge, fully aware that in a moment like this, anything can unravel without warning. One exchange can flip momentum, one mistake can rewrite history. This is the kind of showdown that punishes hesitation and rewards courage. Don't blink. Don't step away. Make sure you don't miss a single second of what's coming. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stay locked in, because we'll break down every punch, every reaction, every turning point, and every explosive moment from this volatile, high-stakes collision. This one is going down.